Welcome to today's episode of Speak Smart, Learn Fast. In this episode, we'll dive deep into the strategies, mindsets, and practical techniques that can help you become a smarter and faster English speaker and learner. Learning a language, especially English, can often feel overwhelming. So many words, rules, and accents. But with the right approach, you can accelerate your learning and speak with confidence. Whether you are a beginner or looking to take your English skills to the next level, this episode will give you the tools you need to speak smartly and learn more efficiently. We'll discuss effective strategies for vocabulary acquisition, the importance of listening and speaking practice, and how to overcome common learning obstacles. Plus, we'll explore how you can build a solid foundation for fast and lasting progress. But before we get started, take a moment to reflect on why you want to learn faster and speak smarter. Is it for your career, to travel with ease, or maybe to engage more fully with the world around you? Whatever your motivation, keep that in mind as you listen to today's podcast, because your why is your driving force, and it's what will keep you moving forward when things get tough. First thing first, setting the right mindset for learning fast. One of the most powerful tools you have in your language learning journey is your mindset. If you want to speak smart and learn fast, you need to cultivate the right attitude. How you think about learning directly impacts how quickly you progress. Here are some key elements that will help you develop a mindset focused on speed and efficiency. First and foremost, adopt a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that you can improve with effort and perseverance. If you make mistakes, it's not a sign of failure. It's part of the process. Language learning, like any other skill, requires practice, and the more you practice, the faster you will improve. Remind yourself that every mistake is an opportunity to learn, and every day is a chance to get better. Set realistic goals. Setting realistic, clear goals is essential to achieving fast learning. Instead of thinking, I want to be fluent in 6 months, focus on specific, measurable goals. For example, I will learn 10 new words every day, or I will have a 5-minute conversation in English by the end of the week. These smaller goals are not only achievable, but will give you the confidence to keep pushing forward. Third, stay consistent. Learning fast doesn't mean rushing through the material. It's about regular, focused practice. Consistency is key. Commit to spending a certain amount of time each day practicing English, even if it's just 20 minutes. The more consistently you practice, the faster your skills will improve. This daily commitment helps solidify what you learn and accelerates retention. Fourth, embrace challenge and discomfort. Learning something new can be uncomfortable at times, especially when you're pushing yourself to speak and listen faster. Instead of avoiding discomfort, embrace it. It means you are stretching your boundaries and getting closer to your goals. Whenever you face a challenge, whether it's understanding fast speech or speaking without hesitation, remind yourself that this is the growing process in action. Next thing comes to the focus on practical vocabulary. When it comes to speaking smart and learning fast, one of the most crucial areas to focus on is vocabulary. A solid vocabulary gives you the tools you need to express yourself clearly and confidently. However, memorizing random words isn't the most efficient way to learn. Instead, let's explore some practical strategies for mastering vocabulary that will help you speak more naturally and quickly. Learn high-frequency words first. Start by focusing on high-frequency words, the words that come up the most in conversations. These are typically the words you will use regularly, so learning them first gives you the greatest return on your effort. There are plenty of resources, such as frequency word lists, that can guide you in learning the most common words used in everyday conversations. Use flashcards for active recall. Flashcards are a classic tool for vocabulary retention. However, instead of just memorizing the words, use active recall techniques. Write the word on one side of the card and its definition or a sentence, using that word on the other side. Then, when you review, don't just read the definition. Try to recall it from memory. This strengthens your brain's ability to retrieve the information quickly, which helps when speaking in real time. Contextual learning. Learning vocabulary and context is essential for natural language acquisition. Instead of memorizing isolated words, learn them as part of phrases or sentences. For instance, instead of just learning the word beautiful, learn it in sentences like, "She has a beautiful smile," or "The sunset was beautiful." This approach helps you understand how words are used in real conversations, making them easier to remember and use when speaking. Use vocabulary actively. The best way to ensure that vocabulary sticks is to use it in your speaking and writing. Don't wait until you've perfectly memorized a word before using it. Try to incorporate new words into your daily conversations, whether you're talking to a language partner, recording yourself, or even speaking to yourself in the mirror. The more you use a word, the quicker it will become part of your active vocabulary. Mastering listening skills for faster learning. Listening is a critical component of language learning. If you want to speak smart, you need to understand spoken English in real-life situations, including fast speech. Mastering listening skills is essential for keeping up with conversations, understanding slang, and picking up new words naturally. Here's how you can improve your listening comprehension and boost your ability to learn faster. Listen to varied content. Expose yourself to different types of audio material, such as podcasts, TV shows, movies, and interviews. The more variety you listen to, the better you will get at understanding different accents, speech speeds, and tones. Try listening to a variety of content, from casual conversations to more formal discussions, so you can adapt to different speaking styles. Start slow and gradually increase speed. Don't worry if fast speech sounds overwhelming at first. Start by listening to slow-paced material. As you grow more comfortable, gradually increase the speed. This will help you keep up when the pace picks up naturally in real conversations. Most podcast apps and video platforms, such as YouTube, allow you to adjust the playback speed, which is a great way to practice at your own pace. Use subtitles or transcripts. When watching TV shows or movies in English, use subtitles to reinforce what you are hearing. You can start with subtitles in your native language, then gradually switch to English subtitles as your comprehension improves. For podcasts or audiobooks, many provide transcripts that you can follow along with while listening. This technique helps connect spoken words with their written form, reinforcing vocabulary and grammar. Repeat and mimic. One of the best ways to improve listening is by mimicking what you hear. Choose short clips from a podcast, show, or interview, and listen to them multiple times. Try to repeat the phrases exactly as you hear them, mimicking pronunciation, intonation, and speed. This not only improves your listening skills, but also trains your mouth to speak with the same fluency and rhythm. Speaking smartly and fluently. Speaking smartly and fluently isn't about sounding perfect. It's about communicating effectively and confidently. This chapter is dedicated to practical strategies that will help you speak quickly and clearly in English. Practice speaking daily. The key to speaking fluently is consistent practice. Speak every day, even if it's just for 10 to 15 minutes. You can talk to a language partner, practice speaking in front of a mirror, or even record yourself speaking on different topics. The more you practice, the more confident and fluid you will become. Use smart speaking techniques. When you speak, try to focus on the main message rather than worrying about grammar or finding the perfect word. Native speakers don't always use perfect grammar. They focus on the meaning of what they're saying. It's better to speak confidently and clearly than to pause frequently in search of the perfect sentence structure. Focus on natural flow, not speed. While speaking quickly is important, it's also crucial to speak naturally. Many learners make the mistake of speaking too fast and losing clarity. Focus on maintaining a natural rhythm and intonation while speaking at a steady pace. This helps listeners understand you more easily, and it will also make speaking feel less stressful for you. Use fillers wisely. In English, fillers like and well are commonly used by native speakers. These give you a moment to think and help conversations flow more naturally. While you don't want to rely too heavily on them, Using fillers strategically can make your speech sound more fluid and less like you're struggling to find the right word. Expand your speaking range. To speak smartly, it's important to be able to discuss a variety of topics. The more you expand your speaking range, the more versatile and confident you will feel in any conversation. Try discussing different subjects every week. Current events, hobbies, travel, work, or personal experiences. This will help you become more comfortable with the vocabulary and structures needed to speak on various topics. The power of speaking with native speakers. One of the most effective ways to speak smart and learn fast is by interacting with native speakers. Engaging in real-time conversations provides invaluable learning opportunities that you can't get from textbooks or apps. Speaking with native speakers gives you the chance to practice vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation in a natural context, and it can help you improve quickly. But how do you take advantage of these conversations, especially when you're just starting out? Seek out native speakers. Many learners hesitate to speak with native speakers, fearing they won't understand or won't be able to keep up. But the reality is, speaking with native speakers is one of the fastest ways to improve your fluency and comprehension. Try language exchange apps, such as Tandem or HelloTalk, where you can connect with native speakers. Alternatively, if you have native English-speaking friends or colleagues, make an effort to converse with them in English. These real-life conversations will force you to adapt quickly, which is critical for accelerated learning. Overcoming the fear of speaking with native speakers. It's normal to feel nervous when speaking to someone whose native language is English. But remember, native speakers are generally patient and understanding. They will appreciate your effort to speak their language, and most are happy to help when you don't understand something. To overcome the fear, start small. Have brief conversations, ask questions, and gradually build up to longer discussions. Keep in mind that making mistakes is part of the learning process. Embrace their feedback. Native speakers can offer invaluable feedback that will help you speak more naturally. They can correct your pronunciation, offer new expressions, or show you how a sentence would sound more authentic. Pay attention to the feedback, but don't be discouraged if you make mistakes. The key is to keep practicing and learning from each conversation. Learn to adapt to their pace and style. One of the challenges of speaking with native speakers is the speed and fluency with which they speak. It's important to train yourself to keep up with their pace. In the beginning, don't worry about understanding every single word. Focus on the overall meaning and context. Over time, you will naturally improve your ability to follow their rhythm and speed. Practice pronunciation with native speakers. Native speakers are an excellent resource when it comes to practicing pronunciation. When you speak with them, try to mimic the way they pronounce words. They can also help you with common pronunciation challenges, such as vowel sounds, stress patterns, and intonation. Using technology and apps to learn smarter. We live in an era where technology can help us learn faster and more effectively. There's a wealth of resources available that can make language learning easier and more enjoyable. From language learning apps to online conversation platforms, let's explore how you can leverage technology to speak smarter and learn faster. Language learning apps. Language learning apps like Duolingo, Babbel, and Memrise have become staples for learners worldwide. These apps offer bite-sized lessons that can help you practice vocabulary, grammar, and sentence structure. While they may not be a complete solution for fluency, they can help reinforce what you learn and serve as a supplementary tool for building your skills. Speech recognition apps. Apps like Elsa Speak or Speechling use AI to evaluate your pronunciation and give you immediate feedback. By speaking into the app and having it analyze your pronunciation, you'll be able to identify areas for improvement. This is a smart way to practice speaking without the pressure of a live conversation. Conversation platforms. Another excellent tool for learning fast is conversation platforms such as italki or Preply. These platforms connect you with native speakers and language teachers for personalized lessons. Whether you want to practice speaking, get pronunciation feedback, or discuss grammar issues, these platforms offer a more structured and interactive way to practice your skills. YouTube channels and online courses. Many language learners use YouTube as a free and accessible resource for learning English. Channels like English Addict with Mr. Duncan or BBC Learning English offer structured lessons, pronunciation tips, and vocabulary tutorials. Additionally, online platforms such as Coursera or Udemy offer paid courses that dive deeper into specific areas of language learning. These platforms allow you to learn at your own pace, while benefiting from professional guidance. Voice assistants for practice. Voice assistants such as Google Assistant, Siri, or Alexa are great tools for practicing spoken English. You can ask them questions, give commands, and even have casual conversations to get used to speaking English in everyday situations. While these assistants may not be perfect, they're a fun and practical way to practice English on the go. Overcoming common language learning obstacles. Language learning isn't always a smooth process. There are times when progress seems slow and obstacles feel overwhelming. However, every challenge is an opportunity to learn and improve. Let's explore some of the most common obstacles English learners face and how you can overcome them to continue speaking smarter and learning faster. The fear of making mistakes. One of the most significant obstacles learners face is the fear of making mistakes. This fear can hold you back from speaking or trying new things, even when you are ready. The truth is, mistakes are a necessary part of learning. Every mistake is a step forward because it's one step closer to mastering the language. To overcome this fear, shift your mindset to view mistakes as part of the process. Celebrate your progress, even if it's through trial and error. Lack of motivation and consistency. At times, it can be challenging to stay motivated, especially when progress feels slow. To stay consistent, break your learning into smaller, achievable tasks. Instead of thinking about mastering the entire language, focus on one small goal, like learning 5 new words every day or practicing speaking for 10 minutes daily. Celebrate these small wins and remind yourself of your long-term goal. Motivation often follows action, so the more you practice, the more motivated you will become. Language fatigue. Language fatigue is a common problem, particularly when you are trying to learn at a fast pace. If you are overwhelmed, your brain can become tired and struggle to retain new information. To avoid burnout, take regular breaks and incorporate variety into your learning. Try listening to English podcasts, reading books, or watching movies to keep your learning enjoyable and diverse. You will find that when you give yourself time to relax, you can come back to your studies refreshed and ready to learn more. Plateauing in progress. Many learners experience a plateau, where they feel like they're not improving as quickly as they did in the beginning. This is a natural part of the learning process. When this happens, try switching up your methods. If you've been focusing on grammar, switch to vocabulary practice or listening exercises. Experiment with different learning strategies and tools to reignite your progress. Cultural barriers and differences. Understanding cultural nuances is key to speaking smartly. Sometimes, language learners may struggle to understand humor, slang, or idiomatic expressions. To overcome this, immerse yourself in various forms of media, such as TV shows, movies, and books, to familiarize yourself with cultural contexts. Engaging with native speakers and asking questions can also help you better understand these subtle aspects of the language. Creating a language learning routine that works for you. Creating a routine is crucial to learning fast and speaking smart, but there's no one-size-fits-all approach. Your language learning routine should be tailored to your personal preferences, goals, and lifestyle. In this chapter, we'll discuss how to design a learning routine that suits your needs and helps you achieve rapid progress. Start with your goal. The first step in creating an effective routine is to define your language learning goal. Do you want to focus on speaking fluently, improving your listening comprehension, or expanding your vocabulary? Once you've identified your main objective, you can structure your routine around it. Daily practice is key. Consistency is the backbone of any successful learning routine. Whether you are learning English for business, travel, or personal development, Commit to practicing every day. Set aside at least 20 to 30 minutes each day for language study. During this time, practice speaking, listening, and reading. The more often you practice, the quicker you will develop your skills. Balance different skills. To speak smartly, you need to focus on all aspects of language learning: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. A balanced approach helps you improve holistically. For example, one day you could focus on speaking with a language partner, while the next day you could concentrate on listening to English podcasts or reading English articles. Mixing up your learning activities keeps things fresh and ensures you don't neglect any important skill. Incorporate English into your daily life. Integrating English into your everyday life makes learning feel more natural. Label items in your house with their English names. Think in English as you go about your day. Or even write your grocery list in English. This continuous exposure helps reinforce what you've learned and keeps the language fresh in your mind. Review and track your progress. Tracking your progress is essential to staying motivated. Keep a journal where you record new words, phrases, or expressions you've learned. At the end of each week, review what you've accomplished. If you've met your goals, celebrate your success. If not, reflect on what worked and what didn't, and adjust your routine accordingly. As we wrap up today's episode, remember that the key to speaking smart and learning fast is persistence. Language learning is not a race, it's a journey. The more effort you put in, the more rewards you will see. While learning English may seem daunting at times, you now have a toolbox full of strategies, techniques, and resources that can propel you toward fluency. Stay motivated, remain consistent, and keep practicing every day. Speak smartly, learn fast, and enjoy the process. The world of English is full of endless opportunities, and you are one step closer to unlocking them. Thank you for tuning in, and keep striving for your best. Happy learning!